Some cities look safe, affordable, and full of promise, until you move there and realize you made a huge mistake. Hidden crime, collapsing job markets, and neighborhoods most people don't talk about are scattered across Illinois. And today we're uncovering the places that could quietly ruin your fresh start. If you want to stay ahead of bad moves, protect your future, and hear the truth nobody else is saying, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Because what you're about to hear might completely change where you decide to live. Danville is often mentioned as one of the toughest places to live in Illinois due to its high crime rate and ongoing economic struggles. Although it may look like a quiet Midwestern city, it consistently ranks among the highest in the state for violent and property crime based on FBI crime data. Residents frequently report issues like theft, burglary, and assaults, which can make day-to-day life feel stressful and unpredictable. Job opportunities are also limited compared to larger metro areas, leading to lower household incomes and higher poverty rates. Public schools in the area tend to be underfunded, and many neighborhoods show visible signs of decay. For someone planning a fresh start in Illinois, this combination of safety concerns, limited career growth, and fewer public resources can make Danville a difficult place to put down roots, especially for families or anyone seeking long-term stability. Peoria is one of those cities that surprises a lot of people because at first glance it looks charming with its river views and historic neighborhoods. But once you dig a little deeper, the challenges start to show. Crime has been a long-standing issue here, especially violent crime, with rates consistently higher than the national average. Many residents talk about specific neighborhoods where shootings and gang-related activity are common. Beyond safety, the job market has struggled for years, especially since major manufacturing declined in the area. That means fewer high-paying opportunities and slower economic growth. You also see higher-than-average poverty levels, which puts pressure on schools, healthcare access, and housing quality. For newcomers hoping for stability, safety, and strong career opportunities, Peoria can feel like a tough environment to build a new life in. Rockford has a reputation that's hard to shake, and a lot of it comes down to crime and economic decline. Once a booming manufacturing hub, the city has struggled since factory jobs disappeared, and that shift left a big hole in the local economy. Today, Rockford regularly appears near the top of lists for violent crime in Illinois, including assault and robbery. Many neighborhoods are dealing with abandoned properties, aging infrastructure, and limited investment. Residents often mention that while there are pockets of nice communities, they're surrounded by areas that don't feel as safe or well-maintained. Job growth has been slow, and wages tend to lag behind state and national averages. For someone moving to Illinois looking for upward mobility or a strong support system, Rockford can feel like an uphill battle. Decatur is another city that looks peaceful from the outside, but struggles quietly with deep-rooted issues. The economy here is heavily dependent on a few major employers, which makes it vulnerable when those industries slow down. Over time, that's contributed to job insecurity and higher unemployment rates than the state average. Crime is also a concern, with property crime in particular being a repeated complaint by local residents. Break-ins, car thefts, and vandalism are issues that show up more frequently than in safer Illinois communities. Housing can be cheaper here, but that often reflects the challenges: aging buildings, fewer amenities, and limited public investment. If you're looking for a city with strong job diversity, vibrant nightlife, or rapidly growing opportunities, Decatur may feel isolating and stagnant. Before we get to the next city, I want to hear from you. Have you lived in any of these places, or are you thinking about moving to Illinois soon? Drop your experiences, warnings, or advice down in the comments because your stories help other people make smarter decisions. And if you're finding this video useful so far, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It tells the algorithm to push this video out to more people who need this information. East St. Louis is probably one of the most well-known struggling cities in Illinois, and unfortunately, that reputation is backed by numbers. It has consistently ranked among the cities with the highest violent crime rates in the entire country, not just Illinois. Homicide, assault, and robbery rates are far above national averages, and many neighborhoods suffer from extreme poverty and depopulation. Over the years, businesses have left, schools have closed, and entire blocks of homes have been abandoned. Basic services like reliable public transportation, grocery stores, and healthcare facilities can be hard to access, especially if you don't have a car. For someone trying to build financial stability or raise a family, the daily stress of safety and lack of opportunity make East St. Louis a very risky choice. Kankakee often gets overlooked because it isn't as big or famous as some other Illinois cities, but it has its own serious challenges. Crime rates here tend to be significantly higher than national averages, especially when it comes to violent crime like assaults and robberies. At the same time, the local economy hasn't diversified much, so job options can feel limited unless you're in healthcare or certain industrial fields. Many young people grow up feeling like there aren't many opportunities to move upward without leaving town. Infrastructure can also feel outdated, from roads to public facilities, and that can affect quality of life in small but important ways. If you're moving to Illinois, hoping for a fresh start with upward mobility, Kankakee can feel like a place that keeps you stuck rather than helping you grow. Cairo is one of Illinois' most extreme examples of decline. Once a bustling river city, its population has dropped dramatically over the decades, leaving behind empty buildings, struggling schools, and very limited local services. The job market is extremely small. Unemployment rates have historically been very high, and many people who can afford to leave already have. Crime, while not always violent, includes high levels of theft and property damage, especially in abandoned areas. Grocery stores, hospitals, and basic shopping options are scarce, meaning you often have to travel long distances just for basic needs. The sense of isolation is one of the hardest parts of living in Cairo. It can feel like you've been cut off from opportunity, community, and growth. For someone moving to Illinois with big goals, Cairo can feel like a dead end. Springfield is the state capital, so many people expect it to feel safe, stable, and full of opportunity. But the reality can be more complicated. While government jobs provide some stability, crime remains a real issue in many parts of the city, especially when it comes to violent offenses and drug-related activity. The economy outside of government work can feel limited, and wages in many private sector jobs don't always keep up with the cost of living. Some neighborhoods struggle with aging infrastructure, neglected housing, and underfunded schools. There aren't as many entertainment, dining, and cultural options as you might expect from a capital city, which can make daily life feel repetitive or stagnant. For people seeking fast growth, modern amenities, and strong safety, Springfield may fall short of expectations. These aren't just cities on a map. They're real places with real consequences for anyone who moves there unprepared. The right move can give you opportunity, safety, and peace of mind, but the wrong one can cost you years of your life. If this video helped you see Illinois differently, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay connected, because the next video might be the one that saves you from making a life-changing mistake.